That summer sun can be a silent danger for every animal in your home. For our pets, what looks like a beautiful sunny day can turn deadly in just minutes. Studies from the Royal Veterinary College have shown that during heat waves, the number of dogs suffering from life-threatening heat stroke can dramatically increase. And for many of them, it's fatal. This isn't just about dogs left in hot cars. It's about cats basking in a sunbeam behind a window. It's about rabbits in an outdoor hutch. And it's about taking a simple walk on a day that feels just a little too warm. In the next few minutes, you're going to learn the 5 critical warning signs that mean your pet is in serious trouble, and the immediate life-saving steps you have to take. Knowing this information isn't just helpful. It could be the most important thing you learn as a pet owner. It can be the difference between a summer of fun and a summer of tragedy. Don't ever think it can't happen to you. It can, and it happens fast. The why, a silent danger. To understand the danger, you first have to understand why our pets are so vulnerable. We humans are built to handle heat pretty well. We have sweat glands all over our bodies that let us cool down efficiently. Our pets just don't have that luxury. Their main way to cool off is by panting. When a dog or cat pants, they evaporate moisture from their tongue and lungs, which creates a cooling effect. They can also cool down a bit through vasodilation, where the blood vessels in their face and ears expand to bring hot blood closer to the skin to cool off. But these systems are inefficient and get overwhelmed easily. When it's humid, the cooling from panting is much less effective. In a closed space like a car, the air just gets hotter and hotter, making panting pretty much useless. On what might feel like a mild 70-degree day, the inside of a car can soar to nearly 100 degrees in just 20 minutes. Certain pets are at an even higher risk. Brachycephalic, or flat-faced breeds, like pugs, French bulldogs, and Persian cats, can be more than twice as likely to suffer from heat stroke. Their short muzzles and narrow airways mean they just can't pant effectively enough to cool down. Older pets, those that are overweight, or animals with thick, dark coats, are also at a much greater risk because their bodies hold on to more heat. The same goes for pets with heart or breathing conditions. For them, the heat isn't just uncomfortable, it's a direct threat to their life. The what? The 5 critical warning signs. Recognizing the signs of overheating is the key to your pet's survival. The earlier you spot the problem, the better chance they have. These signs often go from mild to severe, so you've got to act at the very first hint of trouble. Sign 1. Excessive panting or rapid breathing. The first and most common sign you'll see is a change in your pet's breathing. Sure, all dogs pant, but this is different. This is frantic, heavy, distressed panting that doesn't stop, even when your pet is resting. Their breathing will be fast and might sound harsh or noisy. For cats, the warning is even more serious. Cats almost never pant. If you see your cat breathing with its mouth open, it's a sign of severe distress, and you're already in an emergency. Small animals like rabbits and guinea pigs will also show rapid, shallow breathing, often while stretched out and seeming listless. This isn't just your pet trying to cool off. It's their body telling you it's losing the fight against the heat. Sign 2. Excessive drooling or salivation. As a pet gets hotter, their frantic panting can lead to a lot of drooling. But again, you're looking for something that's not normal for them. This isn't just a little slobber. We're talking about thick, sticky, ropey saliva. This happens because as their body gets dehydrated, their saliva thickens. Seeing this much drool means your pet's body is under huge stress. They are producing so much saliva trying to cool down through evaporation that they can't swallow it all, and it becomes a clear signal that their internal temperature is rising to dangerous levels. Don't just dismiss this as messy. It's a desperate call for help. Sign 3. Abnormal gum or tongue color. This is a sign you need to check because it tells you what's happening inside your pet's body. Gently lift your pet's lip and look at the color of their gums and tongue. In a healthy pet, the gums should be a nice pink color. In the early stages of overheating, their gums and tongue might turn a bright brick red. This is because blood is being rushed to their skin to try and cool down. As the heat stroke gets worse and their body starts to go into shock, that color will change dramatically. The gums could become very pale, white, grey, or even have a bluish tint. This means there's a critical lack of oxygen and is a sign of severe, life-threatening heat stroke. Sign 4. Weakness, lethargy, or disorientation. An overheating pet is a weak pet. Their body is throwing all its energy into trying to cool down, leaving very little for anything else. You might notice them getting unusually tired, weak, or lethargic. They might stumble as if they're drunk, seem uncoordinated, or have trouble even standing up. They can appear dazed, confused, or disoriented, not responding to their name or your voice. In cats, this can look like hiding. A cat that feels sick will often hide, So if it's a hot day and you can't find your cat, you need to start looking right away. This weakness is a direct result of the heat messing with their central nervous system and muscles. Sign 5, vomiting, diarrhea, or collapse. This is the most critical stage of heat stroke. If your pet starts to vomit or have diarrhea, sometimes with blood in it, it's a sign that the heat is causing severe damage to their internal organs, like their gut. As things get worse, you might see muscle tremors, or your pet could have a seizure. Finally, they may collapse and lose consciousness. Collapse, seizures, or bloody vomit and diarrhea are all signs of profound, life-threatening heat stroke. The damage happening to their body at this point can be irreversible, and without immediate and drastic help, it is very likely to be fatal. You have zero time to waste. If you're finding this information valuable, and if you think it could save a life, please take a second to hit that like button. It helps get this video in front of more pet owners who really need to see it. The how. Immediate, life-saving actions. If you see any of these signs, you need to act with a calm sense of urgency. What you do in the next few minutes can absolutely determine the outcome. Follow these steps exactly. Step 1, get your pet out of the heat. Immediately. This has to be your first move. Don't wait. Every second your pet spends in that hot environment, their internal temperature keeps rising, and more damage is done. Carry them if you have to. Move them into a cool, shaded area, or even better, an air-conditioned room right away. This one action stops the problem from getting worse, and is the first real step towards saving their life. Step 2, cool your pet gradually. Your first instinct might be to grab ice or ice-cold water, but you have to fight that urge. Using water that's too cold is dangerous. It can make the blood vessels in their skin constrict, which actually traps heat inside their body and can even send them into shock. Instead, use cool or room temperature water. You can spray or pour it over their body, focusing on the areas that lose heat fastest: their paws, belly, neck, and armpits. Lay cool, wet towels on them, but don't wrap them up as that can trap heat. Just lay the towels over their body. Put them in front of a fan or an AC vent. The moving air helps the water evaporate and cools them down faster. In step 3, offer cool water, but don't force it. Your pet is probably dehydrated, but you can't force them to drink. Forcing water into the mouth of a pet that's confused or collapsing could make them choke or breathe it into their lungs. Instead, just offer a bowl of cool, fresh water. Let them drink small amounts on their own if they're able and willing to. If they're not interested or can't drink, don't push it. The top priority is cooling their body from the outside and getting them to a vet. Step 4, call your vet, always. This is the most important step, and it is not negotiable. Heat stroke is always a veterinary emergency. Even if your pet seems to be recovering and feeling better after you've cooled them down, you must take them to a vet right away. Heat stroke can cause catastrophic damage to internal organs, like the kidneys, liver, and brain. And the signs of this damage might not show up for hours or even days. A vet can give them IV fluids, oxygen, and other supportive care to manage the organ damage and give your pet the best possible chance of a full recovery. The rule is, cool them down first, but then get to the vet immediately. Prevention. Your best defense. Honestly, the best way to treat heat stroke is to make sure it never happens in the first place. First and foremost, never ever leave your pet alone in a parked car. Not for 1 minute, not with the windows cracked. The temperature inside a car can turn into an oven in just a few minutes, and it's a leading cause of fatal heat stroke. Always make sure your pets have access to plenty of fresh, cool water and a shady place to rest, whether they're inside or out. Try to avoid exercise during the hottest parts of the day. Walk your dog in the cool of the early morning or late evening. On really hot days, it's probably best to skip the long walk and just have some playtime indoors. And pay attention to the ground. Asphalt and concrete can get incredibly hot and burn your pet's paw pads. A good rule of thumb is the 7-second rule. Press the back of your hand on the pavement for 7 seconds. If it's too hot for your hand, it's way too hot for your pet's paws. Finally, you can use things like cooling mats or give your pets frozen treats to help them stay comfortable on hot days. Your pet relies on you for everything, and that includes keeping them safe. The power to protect them from this silent danger is in your hands. It all comes down to being aware, understanding the risks, and knowing exactly what to do. Remember the key things. Recognize the signs, from that frantic panting to pale gums and weakness. Act right away by getting them out of the heat and cooling them down gradually with cool, not cold water. And always call your vet. You are your pet's first responder and their best chance. By being prepared, you can make sure that you and your best friend have a safe and happy summer together. Please subscribe for more life-saving pet tips and share this video. You never know who in your life might need to see this. Sharing it costs nothing, and it might just save the life of a beloved pet. Thanks for watching and for being such a responsible pet owner.